New episode. I want to start. Hey, I appreciate y'all, yo.
Appreciate you, man.
Appreciate you, man.
Yeah.
That's facts, man. This is some therapeutic shit, man.
Yeah.
I love it. I look forward to these days.
Every week, man. Every week.
Exactly. Before we start, man, we appreciate all the support. Y'all make sure to like and subscribe. That is critical. Rock with us.
Feedback is important too. Feedback.
Yes.
Feedback.
Yes.
Feedback.
We taking it all the feedback, man. This week's episode, I'm gonna say the strip club. I don't quite know how to jump off into it, but I'm gonna toss it to my boy Lloyd because he's well versed in strip clubs.
Expert.
Yeah, man.
Level 3.
Hey Lloyd, what's your perspective on strip clubs, brother?
Shit. Ass and pussy. Nah, let me get real though. Nah, you see, I worked in the strip club industry for 2.5 years. You know what I'm saying? And what I learned is how most women operate, like female nature. It don't matter if they come in damaged, they still all act the same. So it's like when you come in as a customer, you can't expect them to show you like love. But then again, it's trickery though, because they're gonna show you and give you what you want, but it's not real though. You know what I'm saying? Unless you actually sit down and you get a good vibe with them, you talk to them. And this is how you know when you get them, when you stop spending money and they still want to chill with you. Like, that's when you know they fucking with you. They like, yeah, I'm good. I'll just sit here and cool with you. And we just drink and get to know you type shit. You feel me?
You can make that argument for people in like, you know, when you ain't got nothing to offer and they still put that energy in.
Yeah, but
there's something.
But then again, we got to look at it like this because they're working. So
Yeah.
there's other ballers in the club throwing thousands of dollars, but yet they want to sit down with you and just vibe.
Facts.
Cause
No, I feel that.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's what's up, man. How long did you work in the strip club?
2 years. Toxic.
Damn, for real?
Yeah, bro. Very toxic, though. Like, very toxic. Because you got to understand, as a man like me, I know how to control myself with so much beautiful women. You know what I mean? I ain't going to lie. You know, I'll be in the corner just watching them and shit like, goddamn. Like, let me calm down, buddy. Like, shit, pussy's flying everywhere and shit. Shit. I don't know what man wouldn't love to be in a strip club and work there. But you just got to understand female psychology and understand that, you know, they just still regular, you know, because the moment you try to put them on a pedestal, they're going to be like, oh, yeah, you all right, you know, but if you just vibe with them, and that's the thing, they're women, so you just got to talk with them and get to know them type shit.
Dude, it's dudes. Simps, even the strip club is an environment you'll find a simp in. It's dudes that's regular to the strip club, and they come, and they're not receiving anything but just the regular job, but a said stripper. It's like they come for the actual, like, how can I put it? There is some dudes that can just live in that motherfucker, man. Like, to me, that's difficult to do because I'm so aware of how it's a strip club, bro. It's a certain energy that's there, but like we said, they're making their money, and it's difficult for me to get past that, even no matter how much I want to, You know what? I've only been to a strip club once, so this is a little unfair for me to speak on it. Like, I've been a frequent, but to me, it's the same. It's the same concept that goes into like the service industry. You go into a certain particular bartender. It's like to not be able to distinguish between. You just don't know how authentic that energy is that you're going for. You know what I mean? I think that's always in the back of my head. So I don't know. Maybe I'm a little jaded like that, but
Nah,
you need to feel
jaded at all.
love. That's what that is.
Yeah, you ain't
I think
jaded.
every man does.
No, every man doesn't need to feel love.
Yeah.
Nah.
You ain't jaded,
Nah.
man. Like, you see, that's the difference between being a customer and being a worker, because they know the workers ain't about to spend no money, so they don't look at the workers as tricks, but they look at the customers as tricks. And then you have the ballers and the drug dealers. You see, when you go into a strip club, you got to be able to provide something. Like, if you a drug dealer, you don't got to spend no money. They gonna buy shit off of you. You feel me? And that's how you really could get them too. Cause they be like, oh, yo, he got some good ass gas.
Yeah.
So they gonna start fucking with you more. Like, my nigga Stano, like, always came in there. You feel me? And they always fuck with him in the back.
Yeah.
They just chilling. They be like, yo, what's good? Da da da. They go because he the man they go to. You know, so they got the drug dealers in there and all that. So they don't gotta spend no form of money, and they could still get some pussy. You feel me? Because when a stripper don't look at you as a trick, it's a different story, bro. I'm telling you.
Facts. Okay.
And when they fuck with you outside of work, they really fuck with
They
you.
fucking with you.
They really fucking with you, you know. But it could get a little bit hectic though for the strippers, you know, because you gotta understand that's a dangerous job. Cause like when they leave work and everything, they so vulnerable because you have some. I remember this one time there was this guy who stalked this one girl at the gas station and beat the shit out of her, bro. Robbed her for everything she had in Houston, especially in Houston. They just be killing strippers.
God damn.
Swear to God.
This is why we
Swear to
need that
God.
perspective, man.
Yeah,
It's real.
It get dangerous. That's why security guards always walk them to their cars
Facts.
and make sure they drive off. It's really significant for them
Savages
to do that.
out here.
You
God
damn right it is.
damn.
But let's go back to the positive part. But like living in, like being in there, like sitting down, just watching.
You went so
ass-
negative and like,
And then,
nah, let's
yeah,
go
that
back
was
to
a
the
hard-
positive part.
Yeah. I always think about the negativity, but the positive part, like you just sitting down watching beautiful women shake their ass, going on poles, doing tricks, being flexible, all types of shit. Like this shit is just amazing. Money flying everywhere, slapping you in your face, titties all out and shit.
You know what kind of corrupts it a little for me though? It's the money. It's like I see beauty and even see an aesthetic and exotic dancing, but it's like they're doing it for money. Money. I don't know, bro.
There's an exchange in everything for everybody, whether it's money, whether it's time, whether it's energy, whether it's a relationship. There's always an exchange, right? So even, and I get what you mean. It's like
Yeah.
it taints it.
Yeah, I was about to
But-
say there's a moral attachment to me to the. I guess I see divinity in a woman's body. I really do. Like
What does divinity mean?
like it's heaven made. Women are the shape of a woman is designed to be more aesthetically pleasing than a man. Like we're boxes, bro. A woman is like a boy. You feel me though? No.
Yeah,
See,
sure.
that pause.
Sure.
You looking like
Sure.
you looking real suspect, man.
I was listening, my guy. That's it.
What was your imaginary trip to the strip club like?
Imaginary. That's funny.
You ain't
So-
got a lot to kick it, bro.
When have you ever known me to lie? Let's
Just
be
now?
honest.
Just
So yeah, I went to a strip club one time. It's 7 years ago, something like that. So the reason for me going was not of my own intention. A friend of mine, B, he was performing at a strip club.
Gotcha.
He asked me to come out. I was like, yeah. I wasn't doing nothing. I was like, I'll come. I believe it was Follies. Is that what the one is called?
Follies? You
I
went
think
to
so.
Follies?
I think that's the one. I think that's what it was called.
Follies?
It's like right off the exit in Atlanta.
Yeah.
It's like blue lighting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I went. Yeah.
Shit.
Either way, I went there. It was cool. I mean, I was I wasn't impressed, and it's not necessarily because of the women or the environment. It's just that don't do nothing for me. I'm a person that I look at it like I'm a man. I don't want to watch women dance for 2 hours and spend money. That just don't make sense to me. For me, it don't make sense for me, right?
Yeah, it started hurting my pocket, so I started working in it.
Like it just don't correlate. I'm already a frugal guy, so and from what I understand, $100 is pretty normal, right? $100 is to spend some money for a return of what, a visual that I could probably go online and get. You know what I mean? It didn't never correlate. So while I was at the strip club the entire time, after the first 5 minutes, I kind of looked around, seeing what was going on. It was really diverse too. Strip club, like you can tell lawyers, you can tell some upper class white people, lower class white rappers in there. Not anybody worth mentioning to my knowledge, but it's a very diverse crowd. So once I seen what was going on, I kind of peeped the environment. I was like, this is cool. And I went to go play pool until my boy performed. Once he performed, I was pretty much done. I have no need or want to stay.
I feel like you oversimplify when you say it's a visual. It's like it's more than that. A visual.
And I said not a visual. It's more of a fan. They're selling a fantasy. They're selling a dream. They're selling a relationship. One that you selling it to a person who needs that. I don't feel like I need that, right? Mm-hmm. At least most of their customers. Maybe not all of them. I know there's a lot of people that just go to strip club because they like the environment. The food's typically good, from what I understand, the strip clubs. But for me, it's like it don't do nothing for me. I've never let the opposite sex be my North Star. So that's one thing that when I say my North Star, most men, especially when they're younger, they let women in the chase guide them. I've never been that type of person where a woman has guided me in any way. And I'm not diminishing men. I'm just,
See, that I get. But I will say this: it's some dudes that do it just for. Now that would more so fit myself. I think I'm a little balanced because I don't necessarily need that, but at the same time, it's a part of me that will always crave it. Like it's
what,
my
the strip club?
not the strip club, but just the power of femininity. I would say, like I enjoy it. I enjoy it probably to a it's somewhat of a vice of mine. But it's some dudes that it's more than that. It's more about just simply. It's a power thing. It's like you go in there, like to be able to have, a butt naked chick in front of you. It's not that they need that. They just simply want it, and because they can do it, they do it. You understand what I'm saying? Like
and you know what it is too, because one thing at least from my passing, what I understand is a lot of in relationship married guys that go to strip clubs after work. It's like a decompression thing for them. Yeah, it's like it's not necessarily cheating for them. It's just like, hey. So I can relax before I go home or after I went home and I'm just going to do this on Friday. This is just the way that I decompress.
They can disconnect. See, that's what I'm saying. It's not as emotional for some men. It's like gambling. They do it and it's, if you can moderate it, then hell, I'm doing it for the sake of just doing it type of thing. You know what I mean?
But that's why you finesse it, bro. If you know you don't got no money, but you want to see some ass and pussy, bro, you bring a shorty with you because they're more lying. Like the thing is, if they see you with a girl, you feel me, they not gonna really push up on you. I swear. You can't be by yourself. You like a gazelle among a bunch of lions. Cause they on your ass. Yeah. Especially when they lock eyes with you. It's like a genjutsu. They trap my ass. When they arch their back and they look back and lock eyes, I'll be like, shit,
yo,
where my wallet
at? I've been one time, man.
Did you cry?
No.
Hey yo, Kaylin's how Drake was back in the day. Hey, I can get you out this life. I can take you out. You don't got to do this.
But it feel like that though, cause they so fucking sexy, bro. They got on like their stripper outfits, lipstick, makeup done, ass all in your face. Then they slide it to the side to see that clean vagina.
That's cool.
It's amazing.
That's cool. It's 10 other girls like that down the street that don't work here.
Yeah, but it's 20 in the strip club that look better.
That's cool. I don't care. It's just again, it don't do nothing for me.
I used to work at Ace of Spades, Club Babes in Atlanta, Fulton, and I used to clean out the dresser locker room, bro. I walked in there, every female butt naked, spraying alcohol all over themselves, bro. I felt like Chris Breezy, bro. Like, and they all asking like, how do I look? Shit. You really want me to tell you how you look? Like, they look so good, bro. But the thing is, I knew how to play the game, though. I made it seem like, yeah, you ain't like I seen this before. You know what I'm saying?
I would have loved to see that in real time.
I swear to
God. You're right. But behind the scenes, bro, she was so bad.
Shit, I go back to the bros. I be like, yo, this bitch is bad. For real. But I go to her.
He do be, man. This
that's
guy.
Hilarious. That is hilarious. No, but like I said, I don't. It's kind of like the tattoos for me. I'm not a person who really sees the value in tattoos, but I appreciate how some people look at it as artistry and it's art. You know what I mean? I used to say I feel like tattoos should have a meaning to it, but once I kind of transitioned my thought to it's more art for people, then I learned to appreciate from that standpoint.
Okay.
And the strip club's the same way. It's like I understand that does things for people that. Maybe your wife, maybe your home environment, maybe whatever you got going on won't do. You know what I mean? One of the guys I watch all the time, Joe Budden, he's in there 3-4 times a week. 3-4 times a week. He says it all the time. He's in the strip club, and I'm like, what's the allure? What is it? I don't know, and it's not something I can ever really connect with myself.
James Harden, because I used to see him in Club Onyx all the fucking time.
Man, James Harden, that's the reason he ain't got a ring right now.
Yeah, it is.
That's the reason he got a ring right now.
He loves strippers, bro.
The beard.
I wish I could, bro, I'm telling you, like, when I see these celebrities walk in and I see, like, 30 strippers just all lined up just to get an opportunity, bro, I'm like, damn.
Pose question. Could y'all date a stripper?
Hell nah. You must never date a stripper.
Right after
I had a stripper best friend. I used to talk, I had a.
So why not? After you
so
say
let
that,
me tell you. So me and my stripper best friend, Aliana. But like when we was talking,
Shout out.
Yeah, shout out to her. You feel me? We was talking. She had a man, I had a girl. You know what I'm saying? But we was talking about the people who was fucking in the club. She was like, "Man, I love this nigga, but you know my nigga still put it down right. But there's just something about him." I be like, "Yeah, my shorty put it down right too. But damn, this pussy good. That bartender bitch." Like we just talk, cause you can't trust no stripper, bro. Bro, they in an environment where they see different perspectives every day, different men, different opportunities, bro, and they're in a toxic environment. What you expect? They gonna cheat.
So the fast life is what you're arguing. It's like
Now, if a dancer tells me they only here momentarily, that's a different story. They just want to make a couple of bands and they out. Okay, that's different.
what makes them any different? They could be finessing you in that situation. They could pick up on your energy and be like, "Oh, I can just tell him this." It could be the same thing.
Well, if they make
it's gonna show with time,
it's
though.
It's gonna show in time.
True. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But the thing is, when dancers go in there, like you just said, you're right. Some of them be like, I'm just gonna be here for a couple of months. Some of them stay until 10 years later.
Mm-hmm.
But those type of dancers, I dislike with a passion. It's like, what the fuck you was doing with all the money? You made $3,000 in a night. What are you doing? You got niggas sending you cash at $500 and
Look,
shit.
man.
I think that's a little not disingenuous. I think that's a little perspective is everything in those situations, right? Because they say the same thing about athletes about, hey, you made over 100 million in your career, but not really put in perspective that, hey, 100 million means 50 million after taxes, which means 30 million after you pay your lawyers, after you pay your agent. You know what I mean? 30 million, and you live in that $100 million life. You kind of.
I know what they be doing because I sat down and I listened to these dancers, over 20 of them, like just talking, and they'll be like, "Girl, I'm going out to the club." You see, this is where it gets toxic and destructive for some of these dancers because they spend it on, like, you know, wigs, clothes. That's okay because you know you need to show off your appearance and your beauty, but then they start buying hella drugs. Hella alcohol, going to clubs every night after work, wasting money.
Again,
because they think they're gonna make it back, and sometimes it be a slow night. Sometimes they walk out with just $40 because you have to pay a fee. You have to pay that fee, that night fee. Sometimes the night fee is $100, and sometimes they don't even make that. Sometimes, like that because they're independent contractors.
Yeah.
You know, but it does get hectic like that. You know, and some of them they be so. They alcoholics. Most of them, that's facts. Most of them be
that's
alcoholics.
What I want to speak to next.
They can't function. Some of them really can't function in that environment without liquor. I know one female in there that said, "Yo, I got social anxiety like a motherfucker, and I used to steal mad fucking liquor from the bar, pour out for her and shit." She would drink. She was like, "Okay, I feel okay."
What I would say to that point of just the bad money habits is a lot of people aren't financially secure and understanding how money works and how to manage it. And being a stripper, in my opinion, is no different than being a server, right? You're living off of tips. You have to take care of the person in front of you, right? It's you got to put it on the face every day. Difference is they're
naked.
No, but
that's a big difference, man.
No. As far as like
I'm explaining in a second. No, I get what you're saying in regards to job. It's like I'm looking at.
It's the same type of job as far as the mentality, the way you got to go about it. You have to serve a person and hope they give you what you want or what you would like out of the situation, right?
Yeah.
Obviously, the environments are different, but the dynamics aren't that far off if you just strip out. If you, no pun intended. If you strip out, the far a serving job and then just being a stripper. The job dynamics, you're here to please that.
It's customer service.
Yes, customer service.
Here's the problem, though. I get what you're saying, but to me, the environment is critical because any woman, this is why I say it all ties together. Of course, you're not going to make, you're more prone to not make good financial decisions. To even make the moral decision to put yourself in a strip club, to me, indicates a certain something about your psychology. And I feel strongly about that. Going back to what we were talking about, though, why I couldn't date a stripper, any broad that's willing to take her clothes off for money, I'm sorry, man. Y'all could give me this. You do what you do what you had to do. I just don't feel that way though. You know, I can't even date a broad with an OnlyFans, my guy.
Listen,
like,
I know.
I'm just not built that way.
What about male strippers? How you feel?
Facts.
He was about to answer too. He was
about to answer, my guy.
Look, I was just playing. Okay, but okay. So you said any woman who takes off their clothes for money, you can't mess with. That's the reason.
Could
why.
you?
I'm just repeating.
In any, in your younger days, did you ever fathom you being able to? Come on, man, keep it real. No, you're not dating no stripper.
We'll play this. It has nothing to do with a woman taking off her clothes for money. It has nothing to do with that. I'm just telling you, that's not the reason as to why I'm saying I wouldn't date a stripper. I wouldn't date a stripper because it wouldn't make sense for who I am and how I operate.
Based on what?
Who I am and how I operate. I don't live in that lifestyle. I'm not in those environments, right?
I'm gonna call you out on something though. So let's assume she making a lot of freaking money. And
money means nothing to me. But sorry, go ahead.
I know, but it still has your financial assets still hold a place in a relationship. Money's still a part of life, and if you're dealing with somebody that makes a lot more money than you, there has let you tell it. Considering a relationship can be depending on what you got to do, and being a good leader is stepping aside sometimes. Let my bride take that, especially if she thick. She guaranteed a lot more bread than what you can do in the immediate time. To me, that's relevant. It's like if y'all in a relationship and y'all trying to go somewhere, why wouldn't you date a stripper? You feel what I'm saying?
Again,
if she bringing it in,
I'll say this. I would say I would. Oh, I'm sorry. Past tense. I'm married.
Yeah,
but
facts.
if I were to, I couldn't date a stripper in real time. Like if she's currently stripping. Now, if she tripped in the past and we met and we crossed paths at one point, and she's got her life to where she's just not necessarily working a normal life, living a normal life.
I get that.
But if it's like past that time,
you got to tell me why though.
Why I would?
Why?
You forgetting how they be throwing their ass back on all types of niggas, having them fill up on their coochie. They be doing that shit to get more money. You cannot. Strippers you need to avoid.
I couldn't do it real time just because of that, and then I know how my mentality is and my how I look at it. Like I live based off of respect. Like respect is like what matters to me most, right? And that's extended to my partner, to people, my friends, so on and so forth. So me, I couldn't operate knowing that that's going on. I don't care if that's your occupation or not. I don't care how much I like you. That just don't mesh well with me. But if you used to do that or used to, that was your lifestyle. I'm not a person who judges.
Fair enough.
In no way, shape, or form. I mean, it might be harder to swallow because I'm a man at the end of the day. It is what it is. But if we vibing and we on the same page and it just played how I played, then that's just it is what it is.
Fair enough.
I'm not dating no women that works in no strip club, no bartenders. Like I'm skeptical even about Hooters bitches.
But I'll say this: that's not saying I would like off rip. I'm saying like if I found this, we got together, me and this random woman.
Yeah.
And we just vibed from Jump Street and just everything was just making sense.
Then come to find out she had a little stint.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, cool. And it's not, let's say, the thing
that's
like
different. You're invested. You're invested. I get that. You can look beyond a lot of stuff if you're invested.
Not even invested. Just kind of like the beginning stages of like, we're 2 months in, and then we get to the point where she's talking about that part of her life. I was like, oh, wow, okay. Well, you know what I mean? Like first 2 weeks, I don't know if that's a conversation I want to have. And I'm not saying I'd run away from it. I just don't know if I want to have that conversation because I'm more invested in who you are.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Than what your past is. I think men specifically get too involved in what a woman used to do, who used to do it with, and so on and so forth.
Yeah.
Now, I do have a rule. I don't go behind people I know. I'm not a fan of that. As far as
I think people I know is a little extreme. I say people I'm close to, people I know. But see, I know a lot of people. I got a big social. You know what I mean? That's hard. You know what I mean?
What as far as?
Yeah, to go behind people you know, like you really have to be. I feel like you have
It's
to.
hard to do
not,
it or
to
not to do it.
To not do it when you are, unless you're, unless you're, you are very, you get out a lot and you go, you're not stuck to a certain environment.
Somebody told me that too. It's kind of hard. I'm like, I don't know if I agree with that.
But you know what the strip club could do for a man that don't have like that much confidence? It could really boost that shit because there's gonna be females, like if you work there's gonna be females that's gonna approach you and talk to you. It's not like when you at a club and you gotta approach them. These females come and approach you. Yeah. And so, at that point,
in a way, I think it appeals to that inner king of somebody, to be quite honest.
It does, because I know this one guy who was shy as hell and not confident at all, but he had so many other dancers just trying to talk to him because he was the hookah guy.
Yeah.
You see, he provided something. Hookah. Females love hookah. Provide something.
Okay.
I don't know what the fuck I provided, but they was on my body. That eyes. Just a
You
good
didn't set a
conversation.
timer, did you?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, okay. What are we looking like?
5.
Oh,
Five.
oh, that's something I want to actually. Let me straighten it up a little bit. That's something I want to.
I love the strip club though. So,
But
Go ahead, big dog.
no, I forgot what I was about
The
to say.
psychological
Yeah, there you go.
effects of strippers long term. I feel like for me personally, and I don't think people will ever be 100% honest about this, but I believe very, very few girls can take their clothes off for a living and then not do something to like their spirit. You know what I mean? Like,
I think you can do a lot of stuff and it can do something to your spirit. I think this is one that we point out because it, as a culture, or as a nation, people look down upon. There's a lot of things you can do that could.
but to me, that's the point. I'm not even saying that. Forget how I feel about it. The reality is, we have social norms that stripping is perceived a certain way because you're showing your body to men, random men, all the time. I don't. It's a reason why they be alcoholics. You feel what I'm saying? Like, it's all tied together.
Yeah.
You got depression. Like, really, what is it all root? I mean, in my honest opinion, stripping can't help. It's like you're a woman, you take your clothes off for a living. It's like,
Yeah, but
You feel what I'm saying?
also not really I say a lot, but I feel like women that kind of find their way in those environments are women who may have not had the best figures in life. Probably had a rough upbringing. The couple interviews, I'm just based off interviews of people that have stripped, and they talk about their background, and they all talk about, hey, my father wasn't here, or my mother was such and such, and I just had to figure it out. And the strip club was just their source of income, a quick source of income, because you 18, no work experience, you're a beautiful girl. There's only so many things you can do, especially if you need fast money. I mean, not everybody wants to serve. So the next best option is to go to the strip club, get a couple $1,000s for 4 or 5 hours of work. I'm assuming, right? Roughly, that's usually what it is. I don't know 100%, but that's simple.
but let's keep in mind, not all of them take off their clothes.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I thought it's not like
Sometimes
a requirement to.
at some strip clubs, you only can show like breasts.
Really?
Yeah, I hate them shits. I need to see some pussy.
He's so upset.
Oh God.
All right.
Shit.
But there's a lot of situations like that. Like like as far as like a Cardi B, Cash Doll,
Yeah.
they both said that they both had not rough upbringings, but it wasn't the best, and they had bad dynamics with partners, and it was just like, hey, it just got me out of my situation. And once it put me in position, I got out of there. Now you got people who make it a career, make it that's their thing. That's their thing. But you could say that about anybody. You say it about some servers that make being a server a career, and how that can to an extent be detrimental to the mind.
I agree, but I feel like we're being too understanding. And here's what I'm gonna say to that.
What do you mean to understand?
No, you got to draw a line in the sand because this isn't real
Why,
stuff. I was very double-minded. I was conflicted. When I went, I had a blast at the strip club. But as I was leaving, I was like, damn, that was a lot of fun. I saw all these. I said, you know what? No, that's somebody's daughter on that stage. And it hit me. What if it was my daughter? You understand what I'm saying? Like, it hit on a different level. I said, yo, me being there for her has nothing to do with just the all-out reality that one day that will be a choice that she could or could not make. And if I have any power over that and to exercise my wisdom, I will not allow my daughter to strip at a strip club. And it's like, there is no way around. It's beyond reason at that point. It's like everything in me knows inside the shit just ain't healthy for anybody. But once again, I won't judge, but I know we do what we got to do. But as I left that strip club, I was like, damn, I ain't gonna lie, man. That shit sucks for a lot of these girls.
Look
I'm
at
still.
it. When you left, you started thinking about shit like that. But when you was in there, you was like, God damn, I'll fuck all these bitches.
Yeah. That's why I say I was conflicted.
Yeah.
I was conflicted,
I never
bro.
feel conflicted.
Yeah.
I love it. It ain't my daughter. I'm about to run through that shit.
Jesus Christ.
Oh God.
I understand that. It could just be my daughter. I don't know. I'm of the understanding that as a parent, you do what you can, and you can't force anything, any morals, any understandings, any religion, anything on your children. They have to make their own decision. You can give them guidance. You can give them a platform. You can give them opportunity. but you can't give them the path that they're meant to have. And I'm not saying stripping is a path or isn't a path.
Yeah.
But you know, if it falls that way, it falls that way. I mean, it's just reality. If you try to force somebody out of doing something, 9 times out of 10, you push them in that direction.
Yeah, that's a fact. It's like a psychological thing.
It is.
It's like if you tell somebody don't do it, they're gonna want to do it more.
It is what it is. And I'm not saying that's what's gonna happen. I'm just saying that's just more the reality than saying I can't allow blah blah blah. Because if you make it like, oh, you can't have this cookie. Well, I want the cookie.
It makes
now.
it more, makes it more tempting.
Yeah. So it's, like I said, all you could do for me when I think about that as a parent, I was like, I'm gonna just do my best to be the best father, the best male figure for my daughter, and a leader for my wife in the environment, so my daughter knows what it's like to have somebody who, let me not say cares, but understands and respects them in a way that makes them not necessarily might not want to do that.
Facts.
You know,
Facts. I respect that, bro. I do. Yeah.
Shout out to all the strippers though. Y'all know I love y'all. I got $1,000 for each and every.
I know a couple through Instagram that I went to school with. So congratulations, guys. I appreciate you.
Yeah, y'all doing a great job. Y'all helping out a lot of men.
Shit, y'all trying to go tonight? What's up?
No, I'm
Shit,
good.
I was thinking about it. All this talking, I'm like, how my bank account set up right now?
I'm good. I know.
Lee can't make it. It's all good.
Nah, I was saying you can't pay me to spend money at a strip club.
Shit,
I got your money, bro. I got you. I got to get something more about.
Go ahead. Listen, you can like FaceTime me while you're there. Hey, have fun.
Shit, it's not
have fun.
But that's what I'm saying. It's not the same. When you say visual, it's visual, but you feeling on the ass, the smell.
I think my man got a problem, bro.
Bullshit. Y'all damn well got a problem. It's not a problem. I like it. Shit, I embrace it. I love seeing that shit. Hell yeah, I love that shit.
Perspective is everything, man. Oh, that's what's up. This episode of Strip Club. We appreciate it. Y'all make sure like and subscribe.
Oh man,
like and subscribe.
I send a proper psychologist for Lloyd over here. He needs
my man need help now.
Yeah, I'm sure
we'll get him right.